Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about outbreeding device. As in our last video, we are finished with pollination. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about outbreeding device. Outbreeding device is nothing but the cross pollination. So, why this outbreeding devices or outbreeding takes place in angiospermic plant? Let us discuss in details. Before going to the discussion, if you are not subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe and stay tuned with. So, self-pollination is common and more likely to happen in hermaphrodite flower. That is, hermaphrodite means the flower contain both the sex organs. A successive series of self-pollination affect negatively and cause inbreeding depression. When self-pollination is continued, there is no change of gamete. Nothing is changed. The progeny is just like the parent. So, this condition, when this condition is a repeat, it creates inbreeding depression. Thus, plants are adapted to promote cross-pollination and it is called outbreeding device. Plants are adapt many mechanisms to employ the outbreeding or cross-pollination. So, let us discuss what is different adaptive mechanism of a plant for outbreeding or cross-pollination. First mechanism is unisexuality. In this case, plants bear either male or female flowers and it is not hermaphrodite. Means there is a male flower and female flower. Here is the example of a papaya. And when there is two different flower, one is male and another is female, so the stigma required the pollen grain and it is transferred from a different parent or different plant, so it is cross pollination or outbreeding, and this method is called unisexuality or dioecision. Next is dichogamy. In this mechanism, stigma and anther mature at two different times. Here is two cases, protoandry and protogyny. Protoandry means androecium is not mature. The stigma is first mature. Protogyny condition, gyny means gynoecium. Protogyny means gynoecium is mature first. Once the gynoecium is mature and the anther or androecium is immature, so this pollen grain cannot be reached to the stigma. When the pollen anther is mature, release the pollen grain, then the stigma is perished. So, here also cross pollination is taken place as this anther of the same flower is not mature. It required the pollen grain of another flower. This is called protogyny. Protoandry means gynoecium is not mature but androecium is mature. Protoandry means androecium is mature first than stigma. So, when this androecium mature, it bursts out the pollen grain and the pollen grains are transferred by different pollen vectors to another plant of another flower. So, dichogamy contain protoandry and protogyny, which favor the outbreeding. Next is hercogamy, where some physical barriers are there. Here is approach hercogamy, reverse hercogamy, and here hercogamy is absence. Stigma is more larger than, anther is more larger. When this anther rupture, pollen grains are released out instead of it reaches to the perfect stigmatic surface. Here the anther is very small and when it matures, it doesn't reaches to the stigma. So these are the condition of heterogamy, means different anther length. Next is self sterility. In this condition, there is genes that recognize the similar genes and it does not allow the pollen grain to germinate. When the same pollen grains are reached at the same stigmatic surface, the stigmatic surface opposes that pollen grain so that it fails to germinate. Because self-sterility genes are present in the ovule and the grain. So, it is the self-incompatibility which again favor the outbreeding. In heterogamy, in our last slide of heterogamy, we studied the filament length of androecium. Here is heterostyle, whereas the style is length of a style is vary. Here the anther is here and the style is so long and stigma at the apex. Stigma at the apex. When this anther burst, the pollen grain doesn't reach at the stigmatic surface. So it again prefer the outbreeding or cross pollination. In the next condition, here the style is very short and the anther is at the top. When this anther burst, it is transferred by different pollen vectors, less chance to reach at the stigmatic surface as the stigma is very short styled. So these are the condition of a heterostyle. Heterostyle again preferred outbreeding or cross pollination as it is very long or short. The pollen grain of same flower cannot reach at the stigmatic surface. This condition is called as heterostyle. Next is pollen prepotency. In this mechanism, the pollen of different flower germinate faster than the same flower, preventing autogamy. Here, autogamy occurs and same pollen grain fails to germinate on stigmatic surface, so that pollen prepotency also favor outbreeding. So these are the condition where cross pollination is taken over or the plant build or adapt different mechanism for the purpose, intentionally for the purpose of cross pollination. Here we finish with outbreeding device. Next part is pollen pistil interaction. Pistil means the stigma. Once the even in cross pollination or in self pollination, in the both the cases the pollen grain reach at the surface of this stigma. Then what happen at the stigmatic surface when the pollen grains is attached? Let's see. Here is the graphical image. This is the pollen vector which carry the pollen grain. Even the wind also carry the pollen grain. The pollen grain reach at the stigmatic, it reach at the embryo sac to the ovule and pollen is, here is pollen accepted, here is pollen rejected. So let us see what is rejected and accepted and how it's taken place. The pollen pistil interaction began with pollination followed by pollen adhesion to the stigma. Once the pollen grain reach at the stigmatic surface, the stigmatic surface adhere means attach the pollen grain inside the stigma, on the upper surface of a stigma. After the adhere, it imbibes water and get dehydrated, which initiate pollen tube germination. Stigmatic surface contain water and other moisture, so that when the pollen grain reach at the stigmatic surface, it is absorb the moisture and get dehydrated, swollen up, and then start to germinate the pollen. Here is the germination point. Here is the pollen is rejected as it is the pollen of different species or some species may be opposed. So The pollen grain which are fiber for the stigma is recognized that pollen. If it is not fiber, it is not the fulfill the mechanism. So it cannot be germinate. If it germinate, it cannot travel to the embryo sac and the pollen is rejected by stigmatic surface. So once it is attached, it adhere. If the pollen grain is right to stigma is accept the pollen grain. Pollen start dehydrated, then pollen tube germinate and the pollen tube travel to the embryo sac, reach to the ovary. Once it reaches to the ovary, the tube penetrate and reaches at the micropyle of the ovule, enter into the embryo sac. We know each pollen tube carry 2 male nuclei. Pollen tube, here is 2 male nuclei. One is embryo sac contain 8 ovule. One egg with synergoid and 3 antipodal, and here is 2 polar nuclei. So pollen tube carry 2 male nuclei. One is fused with the egg. This is the egg, and another is fused with this polar nuclei, which form endosperm and it is form zygote. So here is the pollen pistil interaction. Here we finish with pollen pistil interaction and outbreeding device. If you have any query, please comment in the comment box. Thank you.